As much as I'd like to believe that the point of this life is to enjoy, I believe it's I'm in a survival mentality, and it's not healthy, man. It's not healthy. So I'm gonna do everything to at least share what I know. I'm quitting in terms of trying to be that prime example in terms of, because a lot of the pressure, a lot of times I don't want to be positive and help, if you will, right? I don't want to be positive and help because, I mean, let's get honest. Positivity, it comes with accountability. So if I am trying to encourage people to be positive, well, I also have to be positive. And I don't know, it's just there's just something to be said about credibility. So I feel like shit, if I'd be wanting to help people from a financial point of view, but if I am not well off financially, well, it's like, well, what kind of weight does my words hold? I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna fucking hold myself back. A, I understand where I'm coming from. B, and then 2, 3, C, whatever. If the people that are receiving the message are making decisions based off where I'm at, rather than making a decision based off the information of the person that I'm recommending they learn from, that's their choice. You know what I'm saying? But if there's one person that I could at least help just by doing my thing and communicating and just helping where I could, just sharing, then I'm going to. So just a reminder for myself, because a lot of times I get in a mental rut and I don't communicate as much as I need to be, and those are the times that I really need to amp it up. But yeah, man, this world is so fucking big, fellas. This world is fucking big, and we've been limited, man. We're on negative, man. We're on negative. It's bad, man. We're behind. I'm behind. I realize how far behind I am, and it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, and I still got a lot of work, and like I know how delayed I am. Like I know how to put a word to how stupid I am. You know what I'm saying? Like how much education I still need to catch up on. And here's the thing: it's not about capability. And I'm gonna keep emphasizing this so you guys pay attention and stop having this fucking question. I hate how a lot of younger people, they ask the gurus, what do you think about college? Should I drop out of college? Yes, bro. Like that fucking answer, that question is so stupid. Like, first of all, the fact that you asked that question, you need to do it. A. B, would you have enough track record? I think there's enough track record, and not only just a track record of a successful story of somebody that didn't go to college and was successful. Now you literally have, I mean, it's crazy. They happen like gangbusters now, and not only that, you could actually follow their lifestyle. Like there's more blueprints available than there was before, right? So that's that. And then 2, if you have that question, if you really have that question, because this reminds me of a lot of what Andy Tanner, and I would say Andy Tanner, Robert as well, but Andy Tanner, he focuses on creating an environment of education, right? So rather than giving you the stock to invest in, he'd rather teach you how to do a fundamental analysis, how to pay attention to charts, and you make the decision, right? If it's based on strategy and knowing if you think it makes sense to buy that stock. It's like, if you ask somebody, should I buy that stock? Well, it depends. What's your fucking strategy? Are you buying it for long term? Are you buying it for short term? Are you buying it just to trade it and flip it? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because that depends on how I'm going to answer the fucking question on when you should buy or should you buy. So Andy Tanner, he emphasizes having a spirit of and creating an environment of learning, right? Creating an environment of learning, and how you do that, I forgot where I may not be doing. Fuck. See, that's one of the biggest things. Before that shit would not happen, I'd be doing anything. There's just so much around me, man. My attention span is like a, what do they call it, a gnat, which is bad. One thing that we point out these deficiencies in humans, but we never point out like the source, which again, I accept responsibility, you know what I mean? I accept it, cool. A lot of times, you know what I mean, we legalize the problem and we legalize the source of the problem and we illegalize the result of what that source creates. Right? It's like cigarettes. We make cigarettes legal, but then we're not okay with the ramification or the end result of that. Shit crazy, man. Shit is crazy. And now we starting to get into, everything don't look at nah. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I embrace it all and we ride through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for it all. But I'm gonna tell you boys, keep learning, keep developing, figure out a way to make extra income through another source. You gotta make extra income. So back to my point with Andy Tanner, is he talks about creating an environment conducive to growth. So even if I'm wrong about everything, even if I'm right, regardless, you should not be taking my advice. You should be educating yourself. You should be learning whatever it is that you it depends. I got to bring awareness to you, and then you got to take it a step further and educate yourself. So my job essentially is to bring awareness to you. My message is to bring awareness to those that just don't know. That's it. You know what I mean? If you want details, if you want the technicals, if you want the how-tos, if you want the organized courses, then what I want you to do is hit the link below, and I'll direct you to other courses as well. It just really depends on your preference, you know what I mean, which asset class you want to invest in or invest your time into. If you like real estate, as of now, I could only recommend one. I could recommend a couple people. I could recommend the Real Estate Guys podcast. This is for information only, not for you to close a deal. It's for you to start getting resources from credible people that have done it. The Real Estate Guys, if you get a mentor, if you have money, you can get a mentor with Rich Dad Education Rich Dad Education. Go to richdad.com go to richdad.com. I'm sure you can get the information you need. And I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get money for this. I'm just telling you, these are things that I can't do everything at once. But if I could streamline the process for you, instead of you having to do your own due diligence and find out who to trust, etc. Well, I'm just gonna name a couple things that could help you. And that's, in this case, if real estate is the case, then you want to go the real estate route, then you can go with Ken McElroy as well. All of these guys are going to teach you a lot. They're going to teach you, if you're new, if you have no idea what real estate is, or if you're not aware, or if you don't know the terms, just listen to the podcast for like a whole year. Just listen. I promise that at the end of the year, by you immersing yourself in that information, you're going to come out talking to people. You're going to be able to hold a conversation with somebody about real estate. You're going to understand what they're talking about. You're going to go from ignorant to at least competent to be able to talk about it. Then, you rub shoulders with the right people. You realize, okay, this is an asset class I want to invest in. You'll be able to close deals if you meet the right people. All right, you'll be able to close some really nice deals by networking with the right people. All right. As far as making money online, there's a lot of gurus out there. No matter who you learn from, just understand this, bruh. There's different tools. There's a whole bunch of tools you're gonna need. You know what I'm saying? That's really the main expense. The expense you're gonna need, your main cost is gonna be software and tools to either make things easier for you, and also things that are required, like a domain and hosting. Those are the expenses. But just because it's lower in expenses does not mean that you shouldn't educate yourself continually. But I also, it depends what kind of business you want to build. But I wouldn't recommend taking advice from somebody that says, oh, this one-step system is going to do it all. Because, well, I guess I do but don't. Meaning, it depends how far. Like they're definitely putting you in a funnel is what I'm trying to say. Right, so I don't want to say broadly that one-step system, that ad won't be the one, because there are people that have created a funnel for you to still get that one-step system. Just be thoughtful though, and realize it's not going to be as easy as you think. And as long as you go into it knowing it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, there's more to it than what he's saying in this ad. There is. I'm telling you, there's always going to be more to it. Nobody could ever explain. And here's the logic behind it. If you want somebody to buy something from you, you're not gonna, sometimes it's best, less is more. You don't want to say too much. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're selling a car and they ask you how many miles, they ask you what are the conditions of the tires and when was the last time it was serviced, answer that. You know what I'm saying? Like, assuming the car is in good condition, great, nothing's wrong with it. But still, why would you go above and beyond when that's what they want to know? Don't give them more. They don't want to hear that. They don't give a fuck. They ask you 3 things. They want to know about mileage. They want to know about fucking, I forgot what else I said, but they want to know those 3 things. Answer that, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Just do that. But a lot of times we go overboard and it kills it. But anyway, keep growing, keep developing, keep improving, and remember, we are one. Send me an email, ourtheta@gmail.com. ourtheta@gmail.com, or at Bison, Bison, Bison at masteracquisition.com. And for those of you that be talking shit, this is practice. This is what I be talking about, man. Like, this is me getting my reps in. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start labeling this shit. I'm gonna start pointing it out, so A, I don't trick myself into like doubting myself or putting myself down, and B, I can help somebody as they're listening versus them initially just criticizing and talking shit. I can give them a good mindset to have instead of criticizing me. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not listen, that's okay. You don't have to, but at least say, okay, well, maybe he's taking action. Maybe he's doing something that I need to be doing. Maybe I want to do something and I'm not working on it. Why did I even come across this video? How the fuck did I see this video? If I was working on my craft, I would never even seen this fucking idiot, right? So it's stuff like that you have to wake up to and realize your worth. You gotta know who the hell you are. You gotta like, I heard a wise man say this. He said, you gotta put a dent in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fucking put a dent in the universe. You got to. I'm gonna end it on this note. It's completely different. I'm switching gears for sure. But again, one of the main reasons why it's so important I didn't finish this thought earlier, but why it's so important for fathers to, just be able to speak wisdom into their sons. Daughters is important because it keeps, like one of my mentors say, virtual mentors, he says it keeps he says fathers keep sons out of jail and daughters off the strip pole. And you know, as far as I get it, you know, from a jail perspective, I 100% get it, because this is the one thing that we're not realizing is the behaviors and lessons that we teach our sons. Unless you're a business owner, unless you're an entrepreneur and you're doing things how a man needs to be doing things, if you're a mom, right, and you are thotting, if you're on OnlyFans, or you're just doing all this stuff that extracts value from men, whatever the case is, I don't care what it is, but you know that you're just using your beauty to extract value, pretty much. Whatever the case is, whatever you do, if you're selling it, or if you are, you know, doing whatever the fuck you do, whatever the hell these bitches do nowadays for money, all right? If you have a son, bro, like, not only are you, you know, you may think short term is like, I need to feed my family. Okay, great. But in the long term, what are you teaching your son? Now they see you moving that way, and if they don't have a father figure to teach them how to make money like men need to, they're going to think that life is easy. They're going to walk around this world thinking like, oh, things just come to me. You know what I mean? If I just walk down the street, you know, my savior's going to come and save me. Yeah, okay. That shit doesn't happen for men. That's only for women. So, I mean, I know you can't change that reality, but the reality is that's why it's important for you to have a father, or at least stupid ass, responsible, beautiful mothers, to allow their fucking kids to see their dad. You know what I'm saying? Like because of stuff like this. Is lessons that you have conversation with, not only conversation, but action. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have conversation with your father or the kid. They have conversation and they just see how men move versus women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really stuff that can't really be explained. But if you don't allow it, or if there's other cases, there's other scenarios where the father just simply doesn't want to be there. But that story has been overplayed, and it seems like it's the fucking default for men, and it's not the fucking truth. I can't really, like, bro, I have not seen a father that is not responsive to the kid. Like, I'm sure it exists, but what I'm saying overall, broadly speaking, the man, I don't know the word for it, like not the criticism, like the stereotype. The stereotype of fathers not wanting to be fathers to their fucking kids is stupid. I don't understand. And we have a criminal right under our fucking noses, man. They're best friends with the police. They're sweet enough to be able to, finesse. And they're doing things right under our fucking nose, but we're not realizing it, man. They have so much power, bro. They have over-leveraged power, and they're so beautiful and nice and charming and smile and cute, and they make your dick hard that it's hard to fucking prosecute. It's hard to point it out as the problem. But there's so many fucking things that are going on, and it's creating what's called unintended consequence. Unintended consequences, essentially, these women are not thinking 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And it's not just the women, but right now specifically, I'm talking about that. All right? Because it is something that is going on. So, we have something called unintended consequences. And, a lot of these vindictive mothers, they have a mentality like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? If the father don't want to be around, then, bro, it's just, it can get really sad. You know what I'm saying? It can get really sad. Like, fuck that. That's why we have a lot of this fugaziness. That's why we have a lot of just confusion, because we have a lot of irresponsibility or people that just don't really give a fuck. Is because there's programming, and there's ill intent programming as well that's put into young kids, and it's sad, man. It's a fucking sad reality. But we got to do our best. And if you fall into the category of hating your father, like I do, even me knowing this, I fucking hate my father. It's crazy knowing this. But if you've ever fallen into that category, bro, just realize, man, there's play, there's psychological truths, there's messages that were put inside your brain, there's lessons. There were like messages that were put, not even intentionally, just shit that was happening around you, people that were talking shit about your father, whether it was true or not. 9 times out of 10 it probably wasn't, but there was a lot of drama, there's a lot of just bickering and just bad stuff that was said about you, the father, around the kid, and it created a framework around your belief. So just want to be an asshole, bro. He wants to be an asshole, man. He fucking wants to be an asshole. But yeah, yo, it's crazy. Anyway, keep growing, keep developing. Remember, we are one.